Hello, welcome to Eurocine Expo 2025 in Munich. This is day 2. I'm joined by Claudia Baier from Schneider. You're going to have to pronounce it.
Schneider-Kreuznach.
Kreuznach. That's it, yeah.
It's hard to pronounce, I know.
Yeah. And being English, I'm incapable of pronouncing anything almost. So, yeah. Thanks for coming over. Good to meet you. We're doing a little bit of a sort of find out about the person as much as the industry and the company they're working for. And I find it was fascinating to see what got you into this game. You know, at what age did you suddenly think, yeah, I'm interested in optics or whatever,
I'm a photographer. I really learned 3 years being a photographer. Then I studied imaging science and media technology in Cologne. So everything about optics and light.
Yep.
And then I worked about 20 years in industrial optics.
Yep.
So also lenses, illumination, filters, everything. And about 5 years ago, I changed and I went into cine and photo.
Yeah.
Back to the roots.
Actually, yeah, we stuck, yeah.
Now I'm the product manager at Schneider-Kreuznach for the Cine.
Yeah.
So,
And you're doing a talk here about diffusion filters, aren't you?
yes,
Yeah.
I did a little lesson about diffusion filters, how to differentiate them and how to choose the correct filter, because there are thousands on the market. They all do the same, but they're all different as well.
Yes.
And how to say, okay, what's the one doing and not the other, and try to help people.
Do you find people a little bit scared of filters and how to use them, or?
I would say not scared, but confused.
Ah.
So everybody knows diffusion filter, but as I said, no one really knows what they do or how they do and when to take which filter and where to look at. So we all know, people know a lot about lenses and the different lenses and the cameras and sensors. And a lot of people also know filters, but they don't know the differences.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of technology about these just pure sheets of glass. But that's the thing. So we really try to say, okay, which filter does what, and to teach and to help people to find a way to choose the correct filter for their footage.
Yeah. So do people come, when you're teaching people out, what angle do they come at it from? Do they, I want to achieve a look, or I know you've got a lot of filters, what can they do for me? How can I exploit them creatively?
It's different. If you have beginners, they're just interested in everything. The physics, how it reacts, what's on the market, what's possible. And if you talk to DOPs who are really long working, they know the filters, of course, they know how they react, but it's still magic for them. What happens with the filter and where's the differences.
Yeah.
And then to see, okay, you can measure them and you can define them, and knowing, okay, if I go with soft filter, it's different to a frost filter. It just also spares time and money in prep.
Yeah.
Because they know, okay, I don't need to test 5 filters, maybe 3 are enough. And that's what we really try, and they still say, that makes sense. And so that's still what's possible.
Yeah.
And that's different.
And, from the development side of it, what drives development? Is it people come to you with a need for something, or is it you identifying, we could achieve this with a film?
It's both. Sometimes you have someone coming up and saying, I want to achieve this or that effect, and we really try to develop it. Sometimes we develop filter by accident.
Right.
So you're just testing something and you say, oh, that's nice.
Happy accident. Yeah.
And you see them, and sometimes you just, especially at those trade shows, you talk to a lot of people and you really ask, okay, what you are looking for, what is the look which is just at the moment asked for.
Yeah.
And what do you need? And then we just ask people, and if a lot of people say, oh, we like this or that look, then we say, okay, it's worth starting development.
Yeah. Do you find, we talk about the industry as if it's one thing, but you've got vastly different strands to it all, from owner operators that are working on different productions through documentary makers, music videos, to features. It's a vast landscape kind of thing. Do you get the opportunity to talk all angles of that spectrum?
Try.
Yeah.
We try. So we really try. Depends. If you go to like the Cine Expo, you have a lot of really professionals who are doing this for many, many years.
Yeah.
If you go to other shows, there are more people who are just starting, or even sometimes more broadcast. When they come up with cinematic broadcast, is going to be coming up much more.
Yeah.
And sometimes we even go on the high school or on schools and universities and teach there. And so that's also an option. So it really depends.
Yeah.
We try to get contact to a lot of people and to all kinds of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find the film schools teach it properly, how to use a filter?
Yes and no. So filter is always just an accessory.
Yeah.
And so some professors say, it's important and it helps you really to define your story, to make your own signature, to something like that. And others say, it's just an accessory, it's not that important. It depends.
Yeah.
So if you are there and people get a hand on it and students can try, they get interested in it.
Yeah.
And that's the goal.
Yeah. And it's a very quick, tangible result, isn't it? It's a quick result. You see the effect instantly. It's not,
You just put the glass in front of the lens and you see what happens.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
You see the differences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see people's eyes light up when they see it?
Sometimes.
Yeah. That must be rewarding. That's the bit you want. Yeah. Well, I hope your talk goes well, and that people, are attentive about diffusion filters. I'm sure they will be. And hopefully we'll catch up with you in the future. Thanks for sparing the time to talk to us.
Thank you.
We'll see you again.
Having me here. Thank you.